New rule. I only learn about Islam from its most popular recent convert. Islam's most popular recent convert is Andrew Tate, aka the Tater. The funny thing about recent converts to Islam is that if the convert is a woman, and she doesn't instantly start dressing like a 7th century Arab, the Muslim community will launch a campaign of insults and harassment and abuse against her, shaming her into disguising herself as a frumpy ninja. But if the convert is a man, he can carry on as if nothing has changed, especially if he's famous. He can walk around shirtless, he can drink alcohol, he can eat whatever he wants, sleep with whomever he wants. The Muslim community won't care because he's a man and famous. This leads me to think that Islam may have a disturbingly low view of women, but I can't be sure about that because for the past 2 decades, westernized Muslims have been telling me that Muhammad was the greatest feminist who ever lived. I'm so confused. I guess I'll have to ask Andrew Tate about this one. Sheikh Tater, how does Islam treat women?
Let's look at the Muslim world, right? People have their faces covered. A lot of the women have their faces covered. You know what happens when you cover someone's face? What? You dehumanize them. If you have 100 people in a crowd and you see their faces, you can see individuals. When you have 100 people with their faces covered, they're just a number. You dehumanize.
I never thought I'd say this, but Andrew Tate is right. Islam dehumanizes women, just like Andrew Tate said. Now, to be fair, not all Muslim women cover their faces. Allah claims that his commands in the Quran are perfectly clear, but as with so many of Allah's perfectly clear commands, no one can figure out exactly what he means. So he tells women to draw their garments over their bodies. But there are different ways to draw a garment over your body. If I say I'm going to draw this t-shirt over my hand, well, there, I've done it, even though you can still see my hand. Or I can do this and cover my hand completely. Which is it? Until Andrew Tate tells us, we just don't know. But look at a couple of translations of a Quran verse about this issue. The Yusuf Ali translation of Surah 33, verse 59 reads, "O Prophet, tell thy wives and daughters and the believing women that they should cast their outer garments over their persons when abroad. That is most convenient, that they should be known as such and not molested. And Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful." So, tell them to cast their outer garments over their persons. That could be a hijab, a niqab, a burqa, whatever. Notice that they cast their garments over their persons so that they won't be molested. I guess Aisha wasn't covered when she was a little girl because she definitely got molested by Muhammad. Now let's read the Hilali Khan translation where they add some commentary to favor a particular interpretation. "O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of the believers to draw their cloaks, veils, all over their bodies, i.e. screen themselves completely except the eyes or one eye to see the way. That will be better, that they should be known as free, respectable women, so as not to be annoyed. And Allah is ever oft forgiving, most merciful." So, according to one of the most popular Quran translations ever, women have to cover their faces, except for an eye, or if they're lucky enough to be in a super moderate Muslim country, both eyes. But if this translation is correct, then Islam dehumanizes women by forcing them to cover their faces. And this isn't some view that David Wood came up with. This is the view of the new poster boy for Islam, Andrew Tate. Now, since the Tater knew that Islam dehumanizes women, he said it himself, and since he knowingly converted to a religion that dehumanizes women, we can only conclude that Andrew Tate wants women to be dehumanized. And if he wants to dehumanize women, looks like he's in the right place.